So I recently received an email asking if I would be interested in reviewing the Ortur Master 3, or Laser Master 3, I should say. And if you've watched the channel before, you know I do love laser engraving. I've been using one for a long time. So I said, sure, send it on. But to be fully transparent, they did send this to me. I'm not being paid technically, except for the machine, to review it, but I told them I was going to only give an honest review, so that's what I'm going to give you today. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it out of the box, put it together, and let's put it through some tests. Alrighty, so I got everything laid out here. It's got a little antenna on it so it can connect via Wi-Fi. It also comes with a USB cable. I know some of them don't, so this one comes with it, which is great. And so these are just all of the front and the back piece, side piece, and then the gantry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this all together, and I'll meet you back here. Alrighty, I got it all put together, all set up, connected to the computer. They do have a free software. I haven't used it, can't comment on it, but I do have a paid version, not sponsored, of LightBurn. It's kind of like the gold standard when it comes to running a laser machine. So one of the things that you want to do is you want to lock in on your settings, especially with wood when you're going to be cutting. Nothing worse than running a job that takes 30 minutes and come to find out it didn't either have enough passes, wasn't strong enough, slow enough, whichever one of the things that caused it not to cut through, and now you got to do it over again. So what I've got loaded up here is something I bought off of Etsy. I'll put a link to it in the description. It is a test file. So you want to run that anytime you introduce a new piece of wood, whether it's 1/4-inch plywood, 1/4-inch birch, 1/4-inch balsa wood, whatever it is. And what it's going to do is do an engrave test and then do a cut test. Very important. Once I know what that is, I can go in and I'll show you in a minute when it's done. And I can know what settings I want to go to, what darkness I want to go for the engraving. And that'll tell you kind of what settings you need, and that's what I'll do. So let's get that going. Alrighty, excuse the rat's nest of wires back here. This is just a temporary location, but I do have this set up. And then what I want to do is I want to hit the frame button in LightBurn, and you're going to see it go around, and that just allows me to go in and see kind of where, the area it's going to cut, or do its work in, so that I could just make sure that I've got it lined up and it's going to have no problems. Alrighty, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the fan. I've got the garage door cracked and the side window open. It is one of those rare rainy days here in Phoenix, so you might hear some raindrops. But anyway, so I'm going to put on my safety glasses. Always important, safety first. Got the fans going, door open, and then I'm just going to hit start, and it's going to go and do its thing. Alrighty, so that finished up. So like I said, it's got, the numbers here, these are the passes, all at 90% power, and these are the speeds in millimeters per second in minutes. So all you do is, so this one cut it out, what it could. So you put this up like this. And this is not my design, like I said, and I'll put a link to this on the down in the description. But so you look in here, look for an open hole, and you see here, let's see if I can get it, it's hard for you guys to see maybe, but right here, number 8 is the lowest number. So that's 2 passes at 10 millimeters per second. So that's the setting I want to cut with this particular piece of wood. And then you look down here, And you've got the different scale here for 20% up to 100% power. And then you can look and see, you know, how dark do you want it? And then looking at the speed, you know, what's the best one? So I think I might go with this one here. So that's 80% power and 100 millimeters per second. So let's go in and make an adjustment to the file that I want to cut out next, and we'll get this one cut. Alrighty, so let's set the cut at 90% power, and we're going to go 10 millimeters per second, and we're going to do 2 passes because that's what it calls for. Okay. And we are going to go 80% power and 75 millimeters per second. Okay, so it's already set up. Cool. Alrighty, I'm just going to hit the frame button to get it, see where it's going to go. Okay, so this is the same piece of wood that we used before. Alrighty, that took about 4 minutes to make. Comes right out because we did that test cut. Just push all of this out. And there you go. Pretty cool little ornament for the tree. Right, so I know it's going to be hard to see, but I've got a piece of, it's aluminum business card stock. Put links to that down in the description. Got it from Amazon. I think I've got it framed up well. We'll see once I print it. So it should be okay. One of the things that I wish this did have that the X tool has is it does have the crosshairs so that you can see where the crosshairs are going. It's kind of hard to do that because you're kind of basically seeing where the tip here is going. So that's kind of one negative, and on bigger things it's usually not a big deal, but on this card, we'll see. Let's see what it does. All right, as you see, it barely made a dent, but I think I know what happened. Yeah, the focus is not right, so let me get that fixed. Okay, let's frame it up again. We'll go on this side. Okay. So let's try running it again. Don't know if the power is right. I just went by the settings that were on the website. So it's harder to do a test cut on this, so you just got to experiment. All right, so I got it taped down so it doesn't move. So let's give this one more shot. I don't think it's the machine. I really think it's a combination of just my settings and that logo. Maybe it's not, it does well on wood and everything else, but maybe just not this business card. So anyway, so let's try this again. Alrighty, that's much better. And so now we're just gonna clean it off with a little bit of alcohol, get the soot and everything off of it. That was one of my original problems, was I didn't think it was working because it still was dark, but I had to go and look at another video and realize that, you know, you got to take the soot off. There we go. Alrighty, one pretty fancy business car. Oh, I don't think that's focused. There we go. Look at that. I think that's pretty cool. And so if you use your camera on that barcode, it'll take you to my website, or my YouTube channel, I should say. So anyway, I think that was really cool. Alrighty, we got a Slate coaster. Got these off of Amazon. I'll put a link down below. Looked up some various settings, and I think I've got maybe something that'll work. It is 50 speed of 50 millimeters per second and 60% power. Alrighty, well that's going to wrap up today's video. I did take some notes because I wanted to make sure I captured everything okay. So one thing real quick, I didn't show it at the end of the last clip where I engraved this. It looked a little fuzzy, and that was just because I had to wipe off the dust with some alcohol. But anyway, so I wrote down some notes just to make sure I covered everything. So with the machine, it is 10 watts. Some pros about it. Really simple, easy assembly. It's very lightweight, so you can move it around easily. It's got some really good safety features that, you know, is missing on some of the other machines with the e-stop and a key. The nice thing about the key is you can turn it on, take the key away, so because it doesn't like stay in there. It flops around. The price is it's lower priced than some of the other machines. So if you're just getting into laser engraving, it's a good price entry. It's got Wi-Fi, so with the app, I didn't show the app, but it does have an app that you can use with your phone to do a lot of controlling of the machine. So that's a plus. Some of the other machines don't have that. Let's see what else. It works with LightBurn, and so those are all the pros. Some of the cons is it doesn't have crosshairs so that you can get your framing right. You really, especially on something small like these items, to me it was a little more difficult than some of the other machines to get the framing right when you've got a small piece. It's 10 watts. Some of the other machines do have 20 watts, which what that equates is you can do things quicker with it. So if you're trying to do this as a business, maybe step up for the 10 watt or the 20 watt. The 10 watt, maybe if you don't care, you're just doing little projects here and there, 10 watts probably going to be good enough for you. The plate that acts as a honeycomb, it's not magnetic. So if you wanted to use magnets as a hold down for some of the stock here, some of the plywood, it warps a little bit. So having a magnet hold it down is a plus, but you can't do that on here. Easy fix though for that. You can get a smaller honeycomb. That, again, small con. Overall, I do give the machine a thumbs up. I did enjoy it. So yeah, so that covers everything. I hope that you got something out of this review video. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down if you've got any questions or anything like that. And until next time, I wish you and your family a blessed day. Thank you.